All right, everyone, here we go. I've been waiting to do this reading. This is an all signs reading for the full moon in Sagittarius. It's the processing moon. It's the moon that allows your person to process, and you too, to process all of the information, everything that's changing, all of this energy buildup we've got going on. It stretches all the way back to October, the 1010 portal. It's all still here. Every reading I've done since the end of September or so, completely valid. Still, it's never gone away. It's a sign in a way that your person can't really let this go. My pre-shuffle is going to be very revealing to you, to say the least. This is an all signs reading. It's just straight up energy reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. You could be a person, a raccoon, a chipmunk, a bear, a squirrel, a beaver, or a whale. I don't care. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot. You found it for a reason. This reading is timeless, although it is on a specific energy. It's timeless because you're all on different timelines, moving at different speeds. I went for my morning walk. It's about 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles as I pull this reading. I went for my morning walk this morning. And I asked it's funny because when I left the house, I asked the universe for a sign about the changing energy around us, right? I wanted to see, because I could feel it changing, but I wanted a sign. So I come around the corner. About 5 minutes goes by on my walk, and a building that was a fixture here in this neighborhood for the whole decade I've lived here. It's got a lot of art. We call it here in the neighborhood the art building. And all the way to this building, people kept telling me, I ran into a few neighbors, they kept saying, "Did you see the art building?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." "Did you see the art building?" "No, I didn't." One person was up in arms. So I come around the corner and I finally get to the art building, which usually has a cool little whale scene and all kinds of, kind of a seascape sort of a thing painted on it. And someone has painted it all sage green. It's all been painted over. It's completely sage green. Now you might think that's no big deal. "Steve, people paint buildings all the time. People, blah, blah, blah." No. This was a fixture. This is it's the sign that the universe gave me. And it's something that's gone from something that was very jazzy, very artsy, very alive, to something that looks very dead and stale and plain, right? That's the processing moon. That's the energy. That's somebody here, your person. That was a sign for me. I pay attention to these things. The universe will answer your questions, give you the signs. You just have to pay attention and do a little analysis. All right, that building, I saw it just the other day, and it was still artsy and jazzy. Now what we've got is we've got the full moon energy coming in, and we've got things, your person in particular, since that's what I'm pulling on, is able to process things. And because of that, I've got the Lovers here that opens our reading, crossed by the Emperor. I've got somebody here who, for a moment, has this moment of what I'm going to call placid clarity, meaning it's no longer where they're running through their head going crazy, 8 of Swords, oh my God, what's going to happen, oh my God. No, they know damn well how they feel. They can feel it. They know what they want to do. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But I can tell you that the energy has mellowed enough that they can see it. They can feel it. They can understand it, i.e. they can process it. The Lovers crossed by the Emperor. This tells me this is the Emperor making a decision. This is a controlled energy. It's not the Burger King. And it's the Emperor making a decision, a choice, if you will. A choice that's already been made by the universe for you two to be together, like this angel here is trying to do. All right? Wow. Right there is the 2 of Swords, crossed by Strength. And that's our pre-shuffle. The next 2 cards either back up my read on the top 2, or they take it in a new direction. This is someone who hasn't been able to decide what to do. They've had a blindfold on. Now, in their heart chakra open. That's a lot of the energy around the Strength card. That's why in the Lightseer deck, she's wearing a heart necklace, right? It's the heart chakra open. It's someone who is taking action. Someone who is no longer in the 2 of Swords. Someone here, a divine masculine, that's making a decision. The building that I talked about as I shuffled the deck here for our reading, going from a jazzy sort of street art kind of thing to this, what I can only describe as the most boring sage green I've ever seen. And it's not even a glossy paint. It's a flat satin kind of. It's horrible. I mean, to a point where one neighbor is up in arms about it. That was a fixture in our neighborhood. It was the one goddamn thing in this neighborhood that made it slightly cool. I always thought that. And now it's gone. And it was just like that a few days ago. Everything around us is changing. You might be seeing signs too of things around you changing in the 3D. Well, they're changing. All the energy is changing around us. It's like the scene. I've described it as the scenery shifting. Right? Like in a cartoon, the background scenery. It's changing. And it's changing to something that's a bit more, well, it's a bit more understandable for your person in particular. If they flow with the energy, they'll know exactly what to do. Like that building was pretty jazzy. It had all kinds of things painted on it. You would have had to stare at it for a while to analyze each little painting. You know, that's a lot. It's a whole 8 of Swords moment just looking at the thing. I'm going crazy here. I don't know what to do. I'm overthinking this. I'm overthinking that. Why is that whale there? Why is that there? And now you don't have to stare at it much to figure it out. It's all just flat sage green. It's a good metaphor for what's going on for your person and why that pre-shuffle showed the way it did. Now I'm shuffling the deck. Give me the energy of the full moon's influence, the processing moon's influence here on the soulmate cycle. This first card out is before the cut. That's why the fuck are we here? And I'm using a powerful combination of cards. I'm using the Rider-Waite to pull the main reading. I'm going to clarify with the little mini animal deck. It's going to be some shit. And you want proof of that? Why the fuck are we here before the cut? The star. It's happening. Okay, the energy is here. It's a long-held wish, manifestation, something somebody couldn't understand that was delayed while they figured it out. This is an energy that is here. It is present. In fact, it's omnipresent. It's always been there. They just spent too much time trying to figure out why there was a whale on that building and why was that doing that and why was that doing that, just like that building. Now it doesn't take much. I look at it, I go, it's sage green. I got it. I don't need to think. I don't need any. It's there. Processing moon. There's an energy backup. It's a pile up, and I've been talking about it. It's hard to sift through that. It's hard for me to sift through that doing these readings, and I've been saying that on the last couple of readings, including the weekly reading, which gave me a headache. I'll be honest with you, there was so much energy I had to figure out for you guys. That being said, they can figure it out now. What comes after the cut? What comes after the star? This is going to be one hell of a reading because we've never had an energy like this before where I can pick up on the fact that your person can figure it out. Anybody can figure out sage green. Anybody can. It's not, you don't have to sit and stare at it very much. What comes after that? The Page of Pentacles. It's the card of the student, right? I just got done, rewind. I just got done talking about somebody figuring something out. This is the card of the student. It's also a very lucky influence. I get that. I'll use the word luck. I don't like luck. This card, what I mean by luck is this card tells me your person is flowing with the energy. They're actually moving, rolling with the changes, as REO Speedwagon once sang. Rolling with the changes, which is again rare for your person. This is a very strange energy I'm reading on right now. This is wild. Let's see where we go. I'm going to shuffle the deck one last time, give the deck a final shuffle. Give me the soulmate cycle with all affecting energies, including the influence of this full moon energy, the processing moon. Let's see where we go. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. You ready? I'm ready. What do you think the overall energy is of this reading, based on everything I've said? What do you think? How do you think I reacted when I saw that building this morning? Huh? How do you think? Imagine you come around. Imagine you go to bed at night. Your house is brown, and you walk outside in the morning to get your paper. Turn around, and your house is blue or sage green. Tower. That's our overall energy. That's the second I lay. Hey, listen, I'm good at figuring out the meanings of things. It's my job. It's been my role in life trying to figure out this energy reading ability I have. Okay? I looked at that building half a second, and I knew damn well we had a tower. And here it is. A tower is about tearing things down, starting over. Yeah. Well, they kind of did that. That building had art on it. Now it's a blank canvas again, right? Isn't that a tower? Yeah, I think it is. That's the overall energy of every card that falls on the table. What's crossing the tower? The Seven of Pentacles. Again, it's a card of taking stock. It's a card of looking back. It's also a card of divine timing. All right? There's seeds that have been planted here that your person never really looked at. They never really figured out. We got a blank canvas we're working with now. It's pretty easy to figure out a blank canvas. You know, if that was hanging up at an art gallery, you wouldn't have a whole lot of time trying to figure out what the artist meant. There's nothing on there. There's nothing there. Maybe he's talking about nothing. Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe he just didn't paint anything and figured I'll just get a bunch of money for my art, no matter what I put up. I don't know. But your person knows here. They're able to process this. It's tearing everything down. The energy has shifted a lot since I first started mentioning it to you. Enough to change my neighborhood. My neighbors are going to be talking about this all day. I'm going to have to hear about it on every walk I go on today, I'm sure. One of them is just blatheringly upset. Love that. Yeah, well, your person's upset too. I don't mention or talk about anything, tell you stories about anything that's not in the energy here. It's all part of your reading. Think about what I said. It's been really hard for this person to figure out what's going on. Now they can. And it's hitting them like a ton of bricks. This could bring them right to you. This could be communication. We'll find out. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how they feel. You know, in the 3D, how they're doing. Right here is how they feel about you and the soul, or the condition of their soul. Depends how it comes out. Right here's the hidden energy, message from the universe. I'll tell you what she says. It's red with the energy of the connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I tell you potential because I cannot predict free will. All right? Your person can, I don't know. I know which way the energy's blowing though. It's blowing them right toward you. It's tearing everything down, but it's also, this tower tells me it doesn't look good. The writing is on the wall for however they've been living. So if your person's married or in another relationship, we got a problem. Or they do. We don't. All right. I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards over the top of you. Bet your sweet asses there's going to be a link for an extended in the description. I would go for it today if I were you. I know some of you watching don't think it's a big deal. Oh, why does he tell these stories and he tells this? I'm trying to make you think. I'm trying to tell you something. I don't mean to get all Yoda on you, and I try not to. But I tell you these stories because they matter. It's a big deal. I asked the universe for a sign when I walked out the door about how much the energy is changing around us. And I get a fixture in my neighborhood, upset neighbors, taken from something that was hard to figure out, very artsy, down to something that's just sage green, pretty straightforward, during the processing moon. That matters. That story matters. It'll matter something different to all of you. But the same thing might be happening around you as well, in your neighborhoods. Maybe a favorite tree. Where the hell did that tree go? It got cut down. I don't know. Who knows? Let's go. What's the energy around the connection? Enough about buildings. Let's talk about your person. What's the energy around the connection right now, right after this tower? Ace of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? They know what they want to do. This is a big offer. This is something you've been waiting for. You both been waiting for a long time. It's energy that's been lingering. It's here. It's grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour, but she in the parking lot now. When it's right here, this is the parking lot. She in the parking lot, for sure. It's a big offer. It is the most solid new beginning in the deck. So that's a big deal. We'll have to see what happens when we clarify. How do they feel in their emotions? The Empress. That's their, well, they're feeling you, right? This Ace of Pentacles is about you, obviously. This is the Divine Feminine. Now, I want you to think back to the pre-shuffle. We had the Emperor, right? Crossing the Lovers. So they're feeling that. That told me they're in their feels, of course, right? They've made a choice here. They've made a decision. When this card shows up here, this means their feminine energy is up. I could have teared up a little when I saw that building this morning. I could have. Your person kind of tearing up a little as they realize what happened here, what they've done, what they may have missed out on. That's one layer of the energy. The other layer is just that they're just magnetically drawn to you. You're very, very, very heavy on their mind. Once you've seen the Empress, you can't unsee it. She in a little, what would look like nightgown here, but she's still the best hits in the tarot, in any deck. All right, how do they feel in the soul? This book ending this Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. Wow. There's major arcanas all over this table, isn't there? I mean, this is an ace. That's fine. Pretty close enough. Major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, and powerful ones at that. A reading where the overall energy is the Tower is something very special. This is unreal. Temperance. How they feel. Again, I had the Emperor crossing the Lover's card. And that's where the reading opened. And I had Strength crossing the Two of Swords after that to back it up. Somebody here is figuring it out. This offer is coming. Grandma's getting out of the car and going into the building after finally arriving. This is communication when it falls here. It's also all angel energy. This is angel energy. Okay? They can see clearly now. I mean, there's no other way to put it. But they're able to process it. This right here, Archangel Michael, if you were to sit at a bar with him, could really, really talk you down off the ledge. Could really, really explain things to you. Right? The angel of truth, if you will. Healing, very healing energy. There's a lot of healing going on. There's no devil anywhere on this table. And also, I'm going to tell you this. This connection is always represented by angel energy. You're not sharing soul space with anyone with this person. What's the universe? What's the fickle old gal want to tell us as if she wasn't doing enough yapping to me already today? It's red with the Ace of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Yep, Grandma's getting out of the car. It just backs up what I said. Somebody now realizes the value in working together. Somebody wants to work with you. Somebody wants something with you. Somebody's about to contact you. And this energy, the way they can process it, somebody's about to contact you. The way one of my neighbors is going to contact somebody about what asshole painted that building. Your person's going to contact you here. They can't not. The Empress here is very powerful. What's the potential final outcome? I'm telling you, Grandma's out of the car. She's not. Normally I say this Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour. She's out of the car. All right? I hope I'm getting my point across here. This right here, this whole, everything that's on the table talks about being able to process something. The pre-shuffle also talks about that. This processing moon, it's going to allow this pile up of energy to start to flow. All right, the dam is about to break. Some of it's going to start to flow out, and it's going to increase in flow. There's an increase here. What's the potential final outcome? It's red with the with the Empress. It's the Queen of Pentacles. That is, again, it's red with the Empress on the level where it's your energy. It is communication when it falls here, but it's someone who's come to their senses. But it's also, what I was about to say is, since this is, them being attracted to you, them thinking about you, them being drawn to you, it's an energy of someone who really, really, really sees your value. But what's interesting about this, and I would normally say that, but this Queen of Pentacles is looking down kind of sad and longingly at this pentacle here. All right? This person knows they've hurt you. I wouldn't normally get that energy off a Queen of Pentacles, but I get it here. I think that results in communication. Keep in mind, there's a Tower. There's epiphanies happening here about how they feel about you, what they think about you. And it's with Temperance in the soul, this is the best card to have here. This is the angel. This is the soul in the soul. It's right there. Something, again, that's taken this person a long fucking time. A long time. All right? There's our Tower. Let's go. Let's see where we go. Let's clarify with the little animal deck. Let's see. At the bottom of it, randomly, by the way, is the Burger King, the King of Wands. That's who we're talking about. Someone who had to have it their way. Well, you were never coming to them. They know it. This is amazing how they see your value. Not only are you the Queen of Pentacles to this person, you're reflecting in pure Empress energy. We see that a lot in the Twin Flame Journey readings, for sure. Let's talk about the Ace of Pentacles. Why is it here? Let's clarify. Here we go. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. And by the way, around October, a building changed in this neighborhood once before. I talked about it in a reading, I believe. One that was shut down for COVID was opening back up. We've been here before. All of this energy is still here, stretching all the way back about late September. It's all still here. 10 swords. Somebody better, again, 10 swords. Grandma on the freeway is coming to an end. Grandma, this resets to an ace. Doesn't matter what the suit is. What it's telling me is I've got a 10 swords here across the Ace of Pentacles. Grandma's out of the car, heading for you. What's on top? I believe it. 4 swords. A lot of healing here. A lot of shutting down of the brain and following the intuition. It is minor arcana, though. It is up to their free will a little bit. But this is a card of resting the brain and allowing intuition to flow. Right? Third eye to open up and all of that kind of stuff. All that fun, new agey stuff. Why is the 4 of swords here? 5 of wands. If they get in their head, they're worried about conflict. Okay? If they get in their head. If they don't get in their head, I believe this 5 of wands flips upside down. I'm going to pull one more card, a crossing card on the 5 of wands. Yeah, this is why I did this. It's a Queen of Cups crossing the 5 of wands. I wouldn't normally do that, but I really wanted to try to explain this better. As their brain shuts down and they feel with their soul, you know, from the inside over here, as temperance kicks in, remember these are bookends. So as temperance kicks in, Archangel Michael talking some sense into them, if you will, this person gets a little bit in conflict or has been in conflict about the love, about the amount of love. This is the most love I can pull from the deck. The Queen of Cups gives the full cup. They're very nervous about that. But because temperance is here, I don't think that matters. I didn't think that 5 of wands mattered when I pulled it. I don't think it does. There's too much love here. And the Archangel Michael's kind of sitting there here in the soul. It's a good way to explain it to you. Not exactly what's happening. It's a frequency of energy. But basically, Archangel Michael's talking some sense into them. Or that frequency of energy is making them feel like, okay, I know what I have to do. Again, our pre-shuffle. The Emperor crossing the Lovers. Right? And the Strength crossing the 2 of Swords. The Empress. Let's pull on it. Why is it here? Very, very, this is much easier energy to read than it's been because it's starting to flow, but we still need your person to do something here. All right, and if you watch the weekly reading, you'll know where they're at with that. This is a good reading to pair with this week's weekly reading, which I did on Saturday, yesterday. All right, here we go. The Empress. Why is it here? Tell me about the Empress. This ought to be good. Yep. They're drawn right to you. It's the Knight of Wands crossing the Empress. Yeah, it is. It's a brave, impulsive action to come towards you. There's an undying urge to come towards you. It's in the energy around them, and they know it. They're able to process it. Again, temperance is here. We have to have temperance on the table somewhere. I'm talking about a full moon reading, where the moon is the processing moon. This is processing. We only process when we're balanced. We don't process when we're 5 of wands in our head back and forth. There's nothing we can. It's too much information. This right here, everything is balancing. There's an undying urge to come towards you. That's why I believe that's communication. I know that's communication. What's on top? There it is. See, I'm right. It's communication. It's the 8 of wands. There's forward movement. They're coming for you. These are read together. So keep that in mind. Even though I'm not at the final outcome yet, this almost guarantees the final outcome is communication of some kind, because the card that I throw on top here is red with this 8 of wands. Yeah, you know, again, they're just drawn to you. There's a magnetic pull. I need to do something. It's a tower. Everything is tearing down. Pay attention to what I told you. I don't know what reading it was. I think it was a 3 quick card with me that I may have done the other day. Or it might be something else. I don't remember the reading, but I said something to the effect, I think it was a cure for cancer I did the other day, where I said something to the effect of, this person, if anything happened, they want to come toward you so badly, yet they're making excuses not to, but if anything happens on their side that can make them stop how they've been living and change their life, even a minor thing, they're going to blow up into a big thing and see it as, there's my excuse, and they're going to come toward you, because there's an antsy urge to fix this. I feel that with temperance as well. Why is the 8 of wands here? See? The Magician. This again, it's someone who's getting straight in their head, but it's also, there's some kind of soul contract here. There really is, with the star in the before the cut of why the hell are we here, and that energy being there. This person's figured it out. You know, they're all of these cards with the Magician as a lead-in to temperance in the soul, in the mind, and in the soul. They have figured it out. They're able to process how they feel. And we see that here with this, the energy of this. This card is mellowing this out. And what they're worried about is this, how much love they have. It's new to this person. All right? They're not used to this much love. What's temperance here? Let's talk about temperance. Let's talk about the soul energy. Because this is very important. This position, even though this final outcome is read with this position generally is the one that determines, you know, what's going to happen here. Because this is what your person's been suppressing, if you will, getting in their head about. Let's pull on temperance. Let's see what's going on here. Why is temperance here? Why? Wow. I said it was bookending this, right? It's 10 swords. 10 swords is the energy around it. Deep in the soul, they feel the end of something. Something has ended in their soul. It's not you. Now, we already know it's not you. They're feeling you as the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. And they want to work on something with you. Something's coming to an end. It's about this tower here. It's about this tower. Just like with me today on the walk and my poor neighbors. Something came to an end today. An era came to an end. An era of something that was a mainstay in this neighborhood. The one thing that made it cool. You know? Well, I don't mean to say that however your person's been living was cool. I mean to say it was complicated. I'm talking about the paint job. Right? The paint job where it's jazzy one time and now it's plain and simple. Clear as day. Just sage green. Nothing to really analyze. Nothing to really look at. This person, Archangel Michael's talking some sense into them. Something's come to an end. You were sharing soul space with something. It's no longer there. What's on top? Yep, bye-bye. Knight of Swords. They are taking action. That's what this card means when it falls here in the soul position. They're taking action. They're moving away from what things were. Things are balancing for them. They're coming toward the energy of the connection is the Ace of Pentacles. Something you've been waiting for a long time is showing up. Why is the Knight of Swords here? 9 swords. That's very interesting because that's coming to an end. Well, wait a second. What's coming to an end? Well, this is pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning with a bottle of whiskey. This is overthinking. This is stories we tell ourselves that keep us up at night. It's coming to an end. It's why the Knight of Swords is here. It's why this is someone who does it. This is a reliable knight who's got something to say. This is someone who's taking action. And 9s are the end in tarot. 10s are the end and dead end that lead to a new beginning. But 9s are the end. It's the end of this is why this is happening. It's because this is rooted in temperance right here. And there's your 10, right? If the affecting energy is a 10, they're putting an end to something. It is not this soulmate connection. It is whatever is on their side, their entire world is tearing down. Your person is actually flowing with the energy change. This reading would indicate that. I do have a 9 of Swords on the table, and I do have a 5 of Wands on the table. But they fall in the right positions. In fact, they're bookending each other. The end here and the end here. They bookend. They're read together. 5s, this is temporary. This is nonsense. This temperance energy is what's important here. I very rarely get temperance in the soul for your person. I think one time we got it and it was crossed by temperance. But this time I have an action card here. And I would rather have temperance crossed by the 10 of Swords or something like that than I would have it crossed by temperance again. Because, you know, temperance is great, but if you're not going to do anything about it, you know. All of this right here with the 10 of Swords crossing here verifies this Ace of Pentacles is probably happening. All right, let's talk to the universe. Tell me about this 3 of Pentacles here. This is, well, it can represent a third party thing. If it does, if there's a third energy that's been keeping you guys apart, your person's doing away with it based on this reading so far. But also, it's a desire to actually try to fix this. That's how I read the energy anyway. Let's see. Tell me about the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. What is this? It's a desire, I said, rewind. It's a desire to actually want to fix this and want something with you, to resurrect this. It's judgment. There's all of the energies. You know what's really funny is all of the energies here. It's not just about someone coming towards you. It's it's almost compelled. And we've been seeing that in readings lately. This compelled by the universe itself. This is judgment. It's God, source, the universe itself. That's the only thing that has the power to resurrect anything. Okay, your person, this is their free will. They want it. I hope they do something about it. They might chicken out, some of them, but most of them, again, this energy is going to be hard for them to resist. The Empress and this is their emotions. This is, well, not their emotions, but their 3D, how they're behaving or what they're feeling in the 3D, in the brain, if you will. And this is the soul. I've got the Empress and Temperance. That equals banging, as far as I'm concerned. That is coming right towards you. What's on top? And I got Judgment here. The universe says that the universe itself is setting this up. This is something this person is returning because they want to work on things. Or they want something with you. But it also says, yeah, well, anyway, we'll get to that. The Seven of Cups. Options. Somebody here felt like they never had options before, or let too many options get in their head. They tried to distract themselves from this in the past. I think the universe just wants to talk to us here. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Temperance. Because of this. This is balancing. Again, all this confusion is going away. These cards say the exact same thing as these say over here, as I said over here when I threw the Nine of Swords. It says the same thing. This 9 is the end. The universe is basically, it's separate from the reading, although it is read with the energy of the connection. What the universe is saying here is it's saying, Steve, yes, universe, tell them that everything is balancing out here. This person with a clear mind, right? Clear enough mind to make a will. You know, I being of sound body and mind, you know how a will starts. With a clear mind, this person knows exactly, or they will. They'll know exactly what they want to do. They're able to process everything they feel. No more Five of Wands getting in the way. No more Nine of Swords getting in the way. Look at the cards here that are on top of the Empress. One of them being Major Arcana, by the way. 8 Wands and the Magician. On top of this, there's a compelled energy here to come towards you. This Temperance card is nice here. It's communication. It's someone who, when we can't make a decision, right, we get confused. Right? But that's from an unbalanced energy. When our energy is balanced, when we're cool, right? Just be cool. We can just make decisions. This is with a cool head, cool mind, cool feeling. This also draws us back to the soul, saying it's important to the final outcome. So it is, as I said, I knew this Temperance card, aside from the Tower, this Temperance card is probably the most important card on the table. That's nice to see. All right, that's the processing. That validates the whole reading. Let's talk about the final outcome. Queen of Pentacles. They know your value. They want what you've got. They admire, I've said this to you before, they admire your independence, your get up and go. You live your life differently than they do. A lot of these people are trapped or have kept themselves in toxic situations and things like that. Man, everything is changing. They can no longer keep living the way they're living. Or the way they've been living. It flew out of the deck, so I got to take it. All right? Keep this Tower in mind. Okay? Everything is crashing down around them. Everything is changing. They walked out of their house. When they went to bed, it was brown. When they walked out in the morning, it was sage green. Okay? Everything feels different to them. Everything is changing. Keep that in mind, because it flew out of the deck. It's the Sun. It goes right there. It is a card of communication. It is a card of Leo energy, which is passionate forward movement. It is read with the 8 of Wands. I told you when that 8 of Wands fell that this card was read with it. It is. It is solid fucking communication. Crossing it, I did not know this was here. And I don't care if you don't believe me. I myself right now am fucking blown away. I'm freaked out. Okay? Because before I threw, this Sun flew out of the deck. And I told you, keep this Tower in mind. I did not know that the Tower was at the bottom. I didn't know. All I knew is that flew out of the deck. Unfucking real. Yeah, this person is, what? Yeah, they're showing up. Yes, there's communication here. But what's blowing my mind about this Tower is it's like, again, it's a shock. It's not shocking to you that they show up. I'm not going to put some clickbait in the title and say shocking revelations. Shocking. No, they're surprised by their own feelings, and yet they're allowing the energy to flow. The Sun illuminates things. right? They're allowing their energy to flow. They're allowing themselves to feel. That's part of the energy around this Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a nice, nurturing energy. This person isn't fighting this. The only Nine of Swords and confusion cards we have are here. And they're both alleviated. Why is the Sun here? I can't even believe this fucking thing. I cannot, because I got justice for why the Sun is here. I got justice for why the Sun is here. I mean, it's fucking communication. Now, it can't be light without shade. A little bit here. The Seven of Swords did want to come out with justice. Okay? But I could read this one of two ways, because it's read with the Magician. Alright? Just justice by itself here tells me energy is balancing. I got balance, balance, balance. They're flowing with the energy. But that's too good to be true for your person. That's why this card stuck to it and wanted to come out with it. Alright? Yeah, there's a... How do I phrase this? With the Magician, I said there's something that feels like a soul contract here. Okay? And what's happening is somebody is not somebody, the universe with Judgment crossing here is enforcing the soul contract. And it's using Archangel Michael as the enforcer. We'll phrase it that way. We'll create a little, I don't know, fantasy, adventure, hobbit kind of thing going on here with everything. So the universe is enforcing the contract, forcing them to go through with the contract, the soul contract. They're using Archangel Michael as the enforcer, balancing the energy out. They're actually allowing this to happen. So there's a compelled, but I'm not sure, and I said this to Pisces recently, and I'll say it to you again, I'm not sure that there's not still a little bit of that self-sabotage-y, I'm going to pretend kind of lie, because I see it here. Jesus, it keeps doing that. It keeps flipping that out. I see it here. I had to pull on why this Five of Wands came out here. That's them getting in their head. It's because there's a lot of love here. So what the universe wants you to know is the most love I can pull from the deck. All right? What the universe wants you to know is this person doesn't know how to handle the horsepower of this a little bit. And I've told you that before, and I'll tell you again. If I take this card away, this reading is all light. It is just the most sugar-coated, amazing thing I've ever seen. But based on what I saw on my morning walk this morning, enough to tell you a story about it, which I don't think I conveyed the emotion strong enough in, but hopefully the point was understood, the metaphor was understood. It's believable as the sugarcoat reading. But because the Seven of Swords wanted to come out, again, this person is in their head a lot about how they feel. So keep in mind that they might, you know, yeah, they're showing up. There's communication here. The justice is communication when it falls here. But they're being pushed into the room. Possibly before they're 100% ready. But it doesn't matter. They know they're ready. They might just be nervous to talk to you. It could just be something along those lines. This person, it's hard for them to open up. But I believe that most of them, aside from some minor self-deception, maybe some minor lies coming out of their mouth about what happened or how they feel, they're coming in to open up. This energy backs up the processing moon 100%, and it backs up what I'm seeing in the 3D around me. And what you're probably seeing if you pay attention. The universe will show you. It'll give you signs. It'll answer your questions. You don't put the questions out with your words from your mouth. You put them out with feelings. You feel it. You can say it at the same time if that helps you, if you're not able to just, you know, just put out emotion. But make sure you feel with the words, you know, when you ask the question. You put it out with some heart, if you will, even. Heart and soul. That being said, it'll show you things. Just take a look around you. Energy is changing. You can't miss it. I could go outside right now and tell 100 stories of things that are changing all around us. Watch the news. You'll see things changing all around us. Doesn't matter. For your person, it's emotional changes. And it's also allowing them, what the Temperance card is doing here, it's allowing why you're no longer sharing soul space with anything. It's allowing them to see really and process it and really get it. Really get it. That they haven't been living right. That they're not happy. That's the first thing we have to do. You see, the problem is most people don't admit that they're not happy. So they just keep things the same. You know, something great comes along, they cast it off because it's too much of a pain to end what I'm doing. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. You know, the real thing is acknowledging that you're unhappy. Once you do that, there's no going back. This energy is forcing that acknowledgement. If that's an easier way for you to understand it, I'll explain it that way. Okay? Let's pull 3 cards from the universe. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. And then we're going to go pull some wicked voodoo. What are we going to pull wicked voodoo on? Well, we're gonna hang out with Archangel Michael. We're going to let him get in our car, and we're going to learn about the tower. A lot about it. Because there's a lot here. It came back twice. It's here too, isn't it? Crossing the final outcome. It's the overall energy and it's crossing the final outcome. There's a lot going on. We're also going to pull on the 10 of Swords. We're going to find out all about that. And we're going to find out what's going to happen here. We're going to pick it up from Justice and the 7 of Swords, which is not a band I want to see, but still a cool band name, I suppose. We're going to pick it up from Justice and the 7 of Swords and see where it's all going. All right? See what it means to you. All right? We'll see. We're going to be doing a lot of digging on the tower. You're going to find out a lot about what's going on here. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's get you 3 more cards for those of you that aren't going to the extended, which is fine. I never push them. I do them for me. If you want them, they're there. It's wicked voodoo. I'm down for it. We got an interesting reading here. There's a lot happening. Mind-blowing. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you're inclined to not believe your person could be like this, I can dig it. I can. I can dig where you're coming from. But try to understand that they're really just flowing with the energy. You know, because if you can process something, see this temperance here in the message from the universe is forcing them to put down this 7 of Cups, which is confusion. You know, the head running around telling stories. I got too many choices. Oh, what do I do? Okay, so I'm not going to do anything. That kind of thing. This is gone. This cancels this out. So they're just flowing with the energy. And when things, it's like something simple. It's like if I put a math problem in front of you, and it was something really complex with formulas and all kinds of stuff like that, you might stress out. And I said, you need to solve this. You might stress out if you're not good at math, and you might just give up. You might say, fuck it, I don't even know what this means. What is X over R? What the hell is all this shit? Yeah, okay, fine. You freak out over it, you don't know what to do, you run. Right? That's fine. But in this case here, in this analogy, all I'm putting in front of you, hey, here's a math problem for you. It's 2 plus 1. Are you going to freak out if I write 2 plus 1 equals and I ask you to solve that? You're not. That's how clear it is here, okay, for your person. And whereas it's been a little more on the calculus side, you know, it has. It's been a little mathy for them. That's what this energy is showing, okay? It's the processing moon. It's going to free up a lot of the energy that's been backed up. And all that energy has been causing a lot of confusion for your person. Well, Archangel Michael's in the house. He's here twice. It's unreal. Twice. That's unreal. Okay. Let's see where we go here. Give me 3 cards and a crossing card. What else you want to tell everybody before we go? Okay. We always pull from the bottom. You got a reunion coming. 3 cups. The Devil and the Knight of Cups. Somebody has passed the Devil. The Knight of Wands is crossing the Devil. All the Devil is representing here, it's back. Sometimes when I talk, listen to me. Look, all I want you to know, I'm going to talk about the Devil in a minute. These are read center, left, right. These 2 are read together. You got a reunion coming with somebody who might have been with a third party, I don't know, but they're just coming your way. Okay, Knight of Cups. Apology, they're compelled to come towards you. Why do I say that? All this Devil is doing here, remember we had the Knight of Wands crossing here, right? Here's the Knight of Wands. It was crossing here. The Devil is just backing up what I said about this soul contract around this Magician card. Soul contracts are usually, for me, represented by the Magician if the energy reflects just right, or the Devil. It's okay. It's just about the chains that bind. You guys have something you need to resolve here. There's a karmic debt that needs to be paid, and the Devil is the debt collector. It usually is. It's Devil energy. It hangs over, makes us lie, makes us run. There's that 7 of Swords down there. Right here, the Knight of Wands tells me they're coming in. It refers me back to the Knight of Wands that was crossing the Empress. They're compelled to come towards you. I said it earlier. The universe is backing me up. This Knight is compelled. This union, they're compelled to open up the 3 of Cups, the flow of water. It's almost a compelled energy. I saw this in a recent Pisces reading. It's been coming out all over the place. It's not just about the signs here. You guys, the signs don't matter. You're all part of a soulmate cycle, and I'm not an astrologer. Okay? They are showing up. They're compelled to, and the ones that don't are only going to land in more towers. There's already towers happening here. So we're going to pull on that in the extended. We're going to pull on the Ten of Swords over here. We're going to talk to Archangel Michael. We're going to pick it up from the Justice and the Seven of Swords. But this little final 3 cards and a bottom card just backed up my entire read on this whole thing. That's pretty much it. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. With a reading like this and a time like this, I hope if I've helped at least just one person, I've done my job, karmically speaking. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. Now, let's go pull some wicked voodoo. You know why? In part, because I got a devil now, too, that we're going to pull on. You know, y'all know if you've been here a while, I love pulling on the devil. There's a lot here. It's more than just the ties that bind. Look at what the devil is around. It's the center card. It's about that soul contract. It's about that karmic debt. But the result is this. That's odd. That's odd. Usually the devil energy would be the toxin that keeps them steady, but that's not what it's representing here, especially when the affecting energy is the Knight of Wands. All right. If you want the extended, the link is in the description. All right. Good luck. I want it. This is going to be fun. All right. Good luck.